And now, it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, rock cod Rick Maxa, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards. Reliability starts here. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. And Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and Rock Cod Rick Maxa.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray. Rock Cod Rick Maxa still in Christmas Island in that exotic destination. We might hear from him again today on that satellite phone early in the morning. But we have a couple of great guests here in the studio. Captain John Coniff from the Islander out of Fisherman's Landing and Rick Jensen from Sportfishing Financial. We're going to be talking all kinds of great fishing here. You stay tuned. Southern California's sport fishing voice is Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
The new Shimano Torium HG is here, and you'll be able to experience this fantastic reel now at your local Shimano dealer. The new Torium is up to 30% smaller than the previous generation, but still has the same line capacity. The smaller S compact body design and one-piece die-cast aluminum frame provides more rigidity and lighter weight. Torium now has EI surface treatment and is tested up to 700 times the corrosion resistance of past models. The new Shimano Torium HG is not only better on the outside, the inside is amazing, with a cross-carbon drag providing up to 24 pounds of drag pressure from a Star Drag reel. It has a sealed roller clutch and 6.2 to 1 brass gears. The machined aluminum handle has a larger knob to make it easy to crank in the big fish. The new lightweight aluminum spool gives you better casting and control. Available in 3 sizes, the Torium HG is the next evolution in compact, rigid, and powerful saltwater Star Drag reels. Get it now at your local Shimano dealers. Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com.
My Angler H2O. I will never use that fakey fluorescent pink bait or drag my hula popper through the mud. I will outmaneuver drought-exposed stumps, rocks, and submerged station wagons. And outsmart the ravenous river otter. I will save water by taking shorter showers for higher lakes. And I will always, always wear my life jacket.
What's your H2O? Tell us at BoatCalifornia.com. The California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways reminds you to wear it, California.
Summer has finally arrived, bringing warmer waters our way. And you know what that means? The offshore fishing this season could be one of the best ever. And speaking of best ever, have you seen the new 2015 Ford F-150? It's the most advanced F-150 ever, which is even more good news for fishermen. One of my favorite features is the available 360-degree camera. It lets you see everything around you, which really comes in handy when you're trying to launch on a crowded dock. It's also the first truck ever to be built with military-grade aluminum alloy. That means the new F-150 is up to 700 pounds lighter to accelerate faster and stop quicker. It also hauls more and tows more. And get this, it does it all more fuel efficiently. I highly recommend taking one out for a test drive. The new F-150 is the best thing to happen to fishermen in San Diego since the barbed hook. So stop by your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up. Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090. Pete Gray here. As I said, Rock Cod Rick's still at Christmas Island. He'll be back just in time for our live broadcast at Mossy Ford on Saturday down in PB. Big 4th of July celebration down at Mossy Ford. We'll be given another chance to win that trip to Kingfisher Charters on Alaska Airlines. But a couple of great guys in the studio here. Captain John Coniff from the Islander. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
And Mr. Rick Jensen from Sportfishing Financial. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Great to have you guys in the studio. And, John, it's biting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not Fighting as good as we'd like to see it, but there's fish to catch for sure.
Yeah.
Bluefin caught yesterday, yellowfin the last couple days.
We heard from Marcus Medak aboard the New Loan yesterday, and I guess he got him after he talked to us, right?
Yeah, I know. It sounded like he had a really good day of fishing.
Yeah. A lot of the bluefin are actually biting.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
But he's catching a few. It sounded like it was a good day of fishing for sure.
Yeah.
The weather's going to back off in the next couple days, and hopefully we get a shot, bluefin and yellowfin.
Yeah, we had a little weather yesterday and a little bit today, and then it's supposed to lay down tonight and be perfect for your trip tonight.
Yes.
2.5-day trip?
Yeah, we have a 2.5-day trip leaving tonight.
Tonight.
Still have room on that one as well.
Still have space.
It's a good setup. The weather's supposed to back off. The next couple of days is going to be beautiful, and we've got spaces left on the trip. So
wow.
I'm excited to go tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, tell us about the Islander. I love fishing. I just came aboard the Islander for our Shimano Let's Talk Hookup on the Water seminar, and just every time I go aboard your boat, I remind me of what a great luxury operation you guys run.
No, I was glad you got to come out this year. We, kind of a short multi-day boat, anywhere from day and a half to 3.5-day trips. We do a lot of 2.5-day trips, a lot of day-and-a-half trips, and a couple 5s and 6s as well. But I think we're set up well for that. It's 85 feet. We sleep 30 people. We usually take 24 to 28 people. We've got stateroom accommodations, really, really nice galley, which we remodeled this year and put a bunch of new equipment into. Great crew. The guys have been with me for years. Same great chef. So we, we kind of specialize in shorter multi-day trips and making everybody comfortable and providing good service.
With the long-range twist.
Yeah,
and that's what's cool about it, because it formerly was the Red Rooster.
Yeah.
And one of the original long-range boats, so it was set up to be a stateroom-style luxury sport fishing boat.
It is. It's a comfortable boat. It's a classic double plank Ditmar, which is just a well-built boat. Rides great, very comfortable, and we've tried to keep it that way and make it comfortable for everybody.
Super stable, super quiet when it moves because of that double planking Ditmars, kind of classic styling.
Yeah, solid boat.
Yeah, very solid boats. And so you do a lot of different types of trips. Like you just finished your kayak season, right? Where you take people to San Clemente Island. What a season it was this year.
It was. This season was great.
Yeah.
Fantastic fishing at San Clemente Island this year for I think every trip we had 20 to 40 yellowtail and phenomenal calico bass fishing, good halibut fishing, white sea bass. Wasn't great white sea bass fishing. We did have one on that last trip.
Oh, wow.
But just epic fishing at the island this year. Conditions were just good every single time, everywhere we went.
And then you transition into the regular schedule, day and a halves and 2.5s and such like that, and things are bright there too. Yellowtail fishing is just off the charts.
It is. God, I don't think it ever stopped. It seems like you could go catch yellowtail anywhere up and down this entire coast for the last 12 months successfully.
And nice ones too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be curious to hear how the BD Outdoors Yellowtail Shootout all ends up today. I'm sure there were a lot of fish caught, even though the weather was a little iffy yesterday. I guess there was talk about a lot of guys out there in smaller boats.
Right.
Yeah. But there's fish along the coast, so you didn't really have to go far.
No, fishing. And I've talked to people the last couple of days. There's yellowfin tuna up to 80 pounds being caught within 10 miles of our coast right now. There's bluefin tuna jumping around the Whistler buoy right outside the harbor.
Crazy.
It's nuts.
You don't have to go very far. I mean, there was a good score on bluefin tuna on the 9 yesterday.
Yeah.
The yellowfin tuna on the 9.
Yellowfin tuna,
9 miles off the coast.
Right.
Yeah. Gotta love that.
Yeah.
So stage is set for your trip tonight then.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So where do you go? Where do you spend 2.5 days on the 9?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll be taking both licenses, U.S. and Mexican licenses, and, I'll do more reconnaissance tonight But a lot of options.
A lot of
options.
For
sure. It's going to be any day now where this fish bites, or there's going to be a kelp or 80 yellowfin tuna. It's going to happen here soon.
Maybe some big eye, or who knows, another wahoo season.
I wouldn't
Local
surprise
wahoo
me.
season.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and of course, always the fallback position is that phenomenal coastal yellowtail fishing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of big yellows on the kelps, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there are. I talked to the boat yesterday. They Just picked up like a 25-pound yellowtail off a kelp as I was talking to him.
Sweet. Nice fishing. Yeah, so you want to get on the boat, you just call Fisherman's Landing?
Yeah, just call Fisherman's Landing. Like I said, we got plenty of room tonight. We got room on other trips this week as well. But
yeah?
Yeah.
And as you go through the season, you have a schedule online, right, on your website?
We do. If you go to Islander Sportfishing or on IslanderCharters.com, we've got our whole schedule on there. We've got a little bit of room left on some of our longer trips. And, yeah, we got a lot of trips this year. I'm excited.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Well, Rick Jensen, Sport Fishing Financial, you guys have heard from you on the show here before, and this is your first time in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you in the studio. So tell us about this concept that you came up with, Sport Fishing Financial.
Well, after years of working in the investment industry, I started to figure that I'd had to do some marketing at some point, and why not do it with the guys that I enjoy being around in the sport fishing business. So my son now is a fourth-generation fisherman in our family. We enjoy being out there, and we like to spend time with people that we work with out on the water as well.
Yeah, and I was able to come up and visit your operation there. In is it considered Mission Viejo, Aliso Viejo?
No, that's in San Juan Capistrano.
That's San Juan Capistrano. Okay, I get those are kind of all run together. It's San Juan Capistrano, very convenient, right off the freeway there. I was able to visit your office and see kind of the things that you do and helping people basically make intelligent investments, right?
Well, again, because I do both of these things, I see the similarities. And in the market and in the ocean, they both work. Your fishing gear works. You just have to figure out how to let them work for you.
Yeah.
That's what we specialize in, figuring out how to get the best out of the market, keep the expenses down, and create a long track record that brings people money.
There you go. So your concept with this sport fishing, of course, you've been a financial advisor for how many years?
25 years, 20 years independently.
Wow. And so this is a new concept that you just came up with in the last year, right?
Yeah, we started at the Fred Hall shows and went through Day of the Docks and got on with you, and we've started to bring in some clients through some of the trips we did. We have our third trip coming up Thursday night, and we're going out for the first time on the Impulse. So
out of Dana Landing in Mission Bay.
Excited to see.
Great boat.
Yeah, we're excited to get on board, and we're excited to see this bite get started probably any day now.
Yeah, so your concept is people come to you for financial advice, and then you take them fishing.
Exactly. On the trip this Thursday, we've got one client that's with us 15 years or more. We've got a new CPA that's interested in doing some work with us with his clients, and we've got a couple guys that have met us at the show and want to learn more about what we're doing and have some money they're about to transfer over.
Wow, very nice. So that's the idea, is basically you'll take them fishing and you talk fishing and finances on the water.
It beats golf as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I've been doing that for years, but why not go get some fish?
Oh, it's much better, yeah. Much less frustrating, too.
Yeah.
Much more enjoyable. Yeah, no doubt about it. But, well, yeah, it's a cool concept. And plus, you're an expert at what you do, and people trust you, and you make money for them.
That's the idea. You know, we have clients that have been with us for years and new ones coming on board, and don't lose many of them. You know, we get them like a fish on the line, I guess. We hook them, they come to the boat, and they like being with us. They
like being with you. And you were showing me in your office how you can kind of pick your own risk. Basically, you know, all finances and investments, I don't know a lot about it. That's why I hire guys like you to do it properly. You kind of decide, well, how much risk do you need? How much security do you need? And then the rewards are appropriate in that way, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. You want to make sure that you're going to be comfortable with the decisions you've made and not second guess yourself. You know, it's again like fishing. You know, you create a plan. I'm sure John's going to come up with a plan tomorrow, and during the day he works that plan more times than not. That's what makes sense. That's what creates the returns in the long run. And second guessing yourself, and like the small boats like to do, follow a boat or go get together with a group of boats, doesn't always pay off as well as just doing what you planned on doing and sticking it out and making sure that you get the return in the end. Yeah,
it's a good analogy there. Like when you have a 2.5-day trip like you have kind of time to go find things, right, and make a plan. And, you know, we'll start with this, and if it pans out, then we're going to continue and do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So is a 2.5 day, is that kind of like a perfect style trip to catch all kinds of different opportunities?
I think so. The last couple of years, we do a lot more 2.5 days now than we used to, just because you've got 2 full days of fishing, which is
the same as a 3-day,
it's
right?
the same as a 3-day. We used to do a lot of those daytime departure 3 days, but it's the way fishing's been the last couple of years. We still have the range that we need. Leaving that first night, it's 2 full days of fishing. You get back in the morning, which is great, instead of getting back late at night. So it's become a really, really popular trip for us, 2.5 days.
And when do you leave tonight?
We leave at 8 o'clock tonight.
8 o'clock tonight. And then you're fishing tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Tuesday morning, which are 2 of the flattest days of the week.
Right.
And then you're back early Wednesday morning.
Right.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think Jason's out there right now with the wind, probably not as excited as I am.
Yeah. So just as he steps off the boat, you step on, and then it lays down. I like those kinds of trips.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Worked out good.
Very good. Well, as you can hear, we have a great show lined up for you today. 2 great guests talking fishing, talking finance. And if you'd like to join us, we have a line open, 1 line open out of all the lines we have here at 858-457-1090. And the toll-free lines, which are all full right now, you can try at 877-792-1090. We're giving away a great prize today. 1 lucky caller is going to win a pair of Maui Jim sunglasses, the absolute best. The Piahi model, which has a matte black frame and the bronze HCL lens. It's a really, really super thin glass lens, courtesy of Maui Jim. And when we come back, we're going to take your phone calls. Talk more fishing here. Stay tuned. This is Southern California's Sport Fishing Voice. Let's talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Get it all at Dana Landing in Mission Bay. It's truly the one-stop shop for a great day on the water. Looking for a fishing charter? Dana Landing had you covered with several boats, including the new Blackjack, perfect for 2 to 4 anglers, and the Impulse that will carry up to 6 anglers in comfort and style. Dana Landing has a huge tackle shop with everything you need to go fish bay bass, tuna, or marlin, plus expert anglers on staff to help. They even have Mexican and California fishing licenses and reel repair. The deli at Dana Landing is a local's favorite with all the food, ice, and beverages you need. When it comes to freshwater tackle, East County Bait and Tackle is the spot for a great day on the lake. The ultimate in rods and reels, the latest freshwater lures, and live bait. ECBT has a staff second to none when it comes to sharing their passion for fishing. ECBT is at the end of the 67 freeway on Mapleview in Lakeside, and Dana Landing is right across from SeaWorld next to the Dana Launch Ramp in Mission Bay. Check DanaLanding.com for more details.
For over 5 decades, Lee Palm Sport Fishing has set the standard in long-range fishing that they pioneered long ago. The Red Rooster 3 sets a new standard of excellence. The Red Rooster 3 is one of the most modern, quiet, and fastest long-range vessels in the fleet. They have handpicked the finest crew to make your trip a memorable one. The Red Rooster 3 offers trips from 3 to 18 days and runs year-round to the best fishing spots on the planet. Ride the Red Rooster 3 once, and you'll be back again. Call the Red Rooster 3 at 619-224-3857 or see them on the web at redrooster3.com.
This time of the year, a lot of guys going down fishing make their first stop, not at the tackle store, but at Point Loma Seafoods right next to the San Diego Landings in Point Loma. Absolutely the best food you could possibly imagine right there. One of the new hot items, the shrimp tacos. Oh my gosh, are those good. And then the grilled, they have grilled swordfish sometimes. They have grilled wahoo in a plate or a salad. And then, of course, their sushi is just unbelievable. All the great stuff. Everybody has a favorite when you go to Point Loma Seafood. And I'll tell you what, one of my favorite things is to go in and see their incredible case of fresh fish. And this time of the year, it's a smorgasbord of fresh fish. The other day I was in there, they had fresh white sea bass, fresh halibut. They had fresh harpoon swordfish, among others, fresh grouper, all kinds of great stuff. So if you want the freshest thing in town, it's right there next to the San Diego Landings. It's Point Loma Seafoods. Right there. Go get it.
When it comes to tackle storage, it's got to be Flambeau, with several new products designed just for anglers. Check out the new H2O soft tackle system, now available in 3 sizes, complete with Tuff-tainers, the finest plastic tackle storage containers with Z-Rust, which has proven to be the best protection against rust and corrosion. Flambeau Tackle System's new AZ tackle system has flexible designs to match your type of fishing. And for travel, protect your rods with a Tough Bazooka rod carrier. Flambeau, available at Turner's Outdoorsman, Sport Chalet, and other fine tackle retailers.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here, along with Captain John Coniff from the Islander and Rick Jensen from Sportfishing Financial. We're talking fishing on the Islander, and we're talking finances and fishing with Rick Jensen. So what a quick combination that is. So let's go ahead and jump into those phones and start things off with Jason calling us from Ramona. Good morning, Jason. Thanks for getting us started here on Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, guys. Geez. After your little fish report there, got my heart going there. I private boater here, wanted to get offshore there and find some of those bluefin. And tip of the day there, Pete. What you got for me?
Boy, I'm gonna throw that off to John because he is the man on the water all the time. What you have a small boat? Just want to go local?
I got a 25-foot center console, and like I said, I hear a lot of people catching fish out here. Putting several hours out there on that water, and what am I doing wrong?
So, John, give it to us. What do you think?
Oh, man, if I were going on a small boat, the first thing I'd make sure I had was a good pair of binoculars. I think that's first and foremost.
A lot of this stuff is visual on birds, right?
Yeah, a lot of this fishing this year. I mean, every year, catch fish different ways, but all this local tuna, so much of it's visual. Bird schools, this yellowfin the last couple of days in the 9s, all been associated with porpoise and term bird schools. So you need good binoculars, and you need to keep your eyes open all day long. And, beyond that, it's being well equipped and ready to take advantage of whatever situation comes up. You're going to need to have live bait if you want a shot, but you're going to want to have jigs and all that stuff, and just have all your equipment ready to go. I mean, there's been days where if you don't have live bait, you're not going to catch one of those things. But then there's been days where, you're going to have half a dozen bluefin, and they're all going to be on the surface iron.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a quick question. I noticed it's kind of difficult to get bait out of the barges here sometimes, and small chovies, what do we do there?
That's one thing you don't always have control over, and I know the last couple of days getting sardines has been challenging. Fishing for big bluefin with heavier line and small anchovies can always be tough. But, if nothing else, you've got it for chum so that you can throw a little bit of it and you just got to work with the hand you're dealt, I guess.
Yeah.
You can always go out and try and make mackerel. There's been mackerel to be caught here, the last couple of days at the upper end of Point Loma. If you're going to go out bluefin fishing and there's no anchovy at the bait receivers, personally, if I was going to spend all day I'd probably have bait makers and I'd go and make some mackerel.
Yeah. Because the yellows and the bluefin and the tuna are all eating mackerels. And, of course, have some great jigs like Rapala. I mean, those things on a private boat are just deadly on a private boat. So the X-Rap Mag 20 is a good choice there. Would be, and that seems like a real good pattern is kind of that either the mackerel pattern or like the skipjack pattern would be a good choice. Mm-hmm. I mean, for a sport boat, Rapalas, X-Raps are sometimes good, but you guys travel a little fast for those, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's tough if they're not swimming right.
Yeah. What stops the boat on a sport boat?
We still swear by those tuna clones.
Yeah.
That's kind of our guy. I mean, they're tough. They last. When you're out every single day trolling sun up to sundown for 100 and whatever days in a row. Those tuna clones are good. They stay under the water regardless of the weather. And got some of those, I don't know all the names, but Braid has a new one out we've used the last couple of years. It seems for bluefin and yellowfin, it works real well.
It works pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, good luck out there. Thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. That does free up 877-792-1090. Let's jump back in the phones, and let's talk to Dick in San Diego. Good morning, Dick. Thanks for joining us on Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning, fellas, and happy summer. Sounds like the fish are going to cooperate, and we're probably going to have another mega year.
Yes, indeed.
This one's for John. John, I've always enjoyed fishing on the Islander as the Islander and also as the Red Rooster, and I know that you've really made some amazing improvements on the galley area, and I was wondering if you maybe talk about them a little bit, because I think you've pretty much redesigned, rebuilt the entire cabin, and I think it's way more than it used to be.
Well, good morning, Dick, first and foremost. Good to hear from you. Yeah, we did a bunch of work this year. A lot of it was structural in nature, things that we had to address, after 25 years, since there was any real work done in there, just keeping things tight structurally. But in the process, we were able to make some really cool changes to the galley. We remodeled the whole front end, all new countertops. We got a new soda machine, new coffee machine.
Boy, it looks great. The
cooler.
galley is amazing.
Yeah, you were just out. It came out really nice. I'm happy with it. We got rid of all those fluorescent lights, and we put in that can lighting, which is great at night. It looks more like a restaurant, less like a cafeteria. So it came out really, really nice, and everything works really well, and structurally it all did the trick.
And you have a great chef, too.
We do. Rick is awesome.
Rick is amazing. Is Rick really 70 years old?
Yeah.
He's amazing, man. He's tough.
He is. I have to pry him off the boat to get him to take a day off.
I know. Great guy and an amazing chef, too.
Yeah. We love Rick.
Does a super job. And when you go on the Islander, all the meals are included, right?
Yeah. We're full sit-down, 3 meals a day, 2 snacks, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. You have a seat and we serve you kind of thing. We take a lot of pride in the food. We make all our bread fresh baked every day, and eating's a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
It is for me.
Especially when you're out on the water. You just get hungry.
Yeah, so we try to make it a big part of the trip.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot for the call this morning, Dick. Let's go south down to Rancho Leonero. Talk to Mr. John Ireland, calling us live from Rancho Leonero. Buenos dias, John.
Good morning, Pete. How you doing this morning?
Terrific. How's things at Rancho Leonero?
A good week. A good week of fishing. It's like billfish. This is the time to come down. A lot of blue marlin. I don't know what it is this year, but since the last 3 weeks, we've been catching a lot of blues. Actually, releasing more blues this past week than stripers, believe it or not. We had one boat that released 4 blues and 1 striper in one day. The fish are about 14 miles due north right off the front. They're biting on pretty much anything, and there's just loads and loads of billfish around. By far our best bet. Anybody wanting to go out and catch fish, that's where we're sending them for sure. Inside has been really good too. Alonzo has been, and some of the guys have been fishing the bottom a lot. They've been picking up some brown sea bass. They got a couple spots, amberjack. It's been really good inshore fishing. These brown sea bass are like 30 to 40 pound fish. And,
whoa.
And fishing the bottom. They were fishing 600 feet of depth to catch these things, believe it or not. So, doing something a little bit different. A lot of, getting back to outside though, a lot of Dorado, schooling Dorado, 5 to 10 pound range, but bunches of them this week, certainly a lot more than last week. Good bait. We're getting good bait. We're getting sardine and caballito and lots of ballyhoo, of course. Tuna fishing, there's been a few big solitary fish taken inside. We had one 55-pounder that was just right off the Las Arenas. They were fishing bait off there, kind of a solitary fish. They are picking up tuna, but way outside, like 50 miles off, something like that. So very few boats are opting to go out under the porpoise outside out there. Big roosters inside. The rooster fishing is getting back to normal for this time of year. 50, 60 pounders are common.
Oh,
there really
man.
a lot of them around.
How fun.
It's a good June bite for the guyos. So overall, they got really good fishing. And for the last couple of weeks, we've had sardine consistently, and that really makes a difference inside as well.
That makes a big difference. Well, if somebody wants to come down, do you still have availability in these prime months?
We sure do. July, August, September, we do have availability. So, and the fishing's really picked up. It's pretty good fishing, so come on down.
All right. How do we get a hold of you? We want to book a trip to Rancho Leonero.
Thanks, Pete. 800-646-2252 or ranchlandarrow.com.
All right. Thanks, John. Nice to hear from you. All I can say is that sounds like a paradise. I want to be there.
It's been a good week for sure.
All right, cool. Thanks very much. We'll talk to you next Sunday. All right, appreciate that. Let's go ahead and jump back into those jam-packed phone lines. Everybody wants to talk to Rick. Everybody wants to talk to John, so let's talk to Tom in San Diego. Hi, Tom.
Well, good morning, gentlemen. How are you doing today?
Great.
Good. I had a question for Richard. Is making a successful portfolio easier or more difficult than catching finicky bluefin?
I don't know. I spent quite a few days out there trying to chase those bluefin, and one big one accidentally bumped into my jig, so that was a lot of work.
Got one, huh?
He bumped into it, and he didn't stick.
Oh,
Ripped
okay.
about half the spool off, and then made us all start crying. So
oh, man.
I think the portfolio side's a little bit more predictable than those big bluefin.
I would certainly have to agree with that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You know, on your trip on Thursday night for Friday fishing on the Impulse, right?
That's right.
I would imagine you might be chasing some bluefin.
I hope so. And it sounds like these yellowfin are just impressively larger than normal, so we're excited about that as well.
Yeah, and the other thing that's cool is a lot of this stuff is still on this side of the border, right, John?
Yeah.
It's so we can still catch bluefin and we can still catch yellowfin.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like you said, tonight you're going to take both licenses and be able to have the option to go either way.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Why not?
So much good fishing last year up in U.S. waters, and there's such good sign of fish all the way, like Catalina, Clemente. I mean, there's
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's good signs spread out. That's the problem with a captain like you. When do you make the decision of where you're going to go?
Oh, boy, pretty much when we're leaving the bait receivers.
Really, that late?
Yeah, I mean,
you
kind
of talk to all the guys and see what happened that day.
I mean, I have a lot of
changes
guys I work
today,
with.
right?
Yeah.
Every day is different.
Yeah, you got to weigh your options and get as much information and intel as you can to make the best decision. But yeah, typically in the evening I'll talk to everybody that's still out on the water and get a good idea of what's going on and figure it out as we go.
As you go on. All right. Thanks for the call, Tom. Appreciate that very much. That does free up. 858-457-1090. Open right now. Let's go ahead and talk to John calling us from Long Beach. Hi, John. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning, guys. Sorry, Rick. I already got a financial advisor I've had for 35 years. So.
Yeah, I've got a pin jig master that I've had even longer. Yeah. So you might want to compare it.
I've had longer than that, too. I'm way older than that, too. Anyway, I've fished with John and Shane a couple times on the Islander with my grandson. He's 18, and, the last 3-4 years, I think we've been on 3 or 4 trips on there, 1.5 and 2.5. And that's a great boat for anybody that's never really gone on any extended trips and you're a little leery or you're not quite sure. I mean, they take good care of you. Every time I've ever been on that boat, and I've fished a lot of boats, limited out every time. The food is great. The crew is great. So if anybody wants to go, I would suggest giving that boat a try for your first shot.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that.
That's good.
And you're not even paying me to say that either.
All right. Well, you don't have to because he does run a great operation. I've been fishing with him several times, and he really does the job.
Oh, yeah, and the food is fabulous. The only problem I have food with on multi-day and long-range trips is it's so good and they give you so darn much.
Yeah, you eat too much, right? You gain a little weight. Hey, thanks, John. Appreciate the call this morning very much. Again, 858-457-1090. It just opened up. You want to get your chance? There it is. I have a question for Rick. He brought up a good point. A lot of guys have had this financial advisor for 35, 40 years, 20 years, whatever. What if you don't have a financial advisor and you kind of do it yourself, or you're a young person, you're just getting started and I know I've had a guy like you since I was in my early 20s. I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have much at all, but he has certainly helped guide me and made some good decisions to really help me be in a better place now I'm going to turn 60 this year. So, I mean, let's say you have a young guy that's just getting started. How much money does he need to really get started in financial work?
Well, anything you can put away counts, and the earlier the better. The longer the money's working for you, the greater it has a chance to compound. And you see, if you get started in your 20s or 30s and start to save on a regular basis, it starts to add up.
Yeah.
And a big part of that as well is that if you do it right, you get to save on taxes, so it doesn't cost as much as you expect it to cost as you put it away.
And that's part of your service, too, is you advise people to avoid taxes, too.
Well, anything you can do that's qualified in a qualified retirement plan that's qualified by the government is going to be tax deferred. So some of these businesses that we work with have been starting to take home more money. So some of the younger people who've started businesses or taken over businesses and want to start putting some of that money to work for them and avoid the taxes, the options are there all the way through, but it all works better the longer it's in the market. So the younger guys have a great opportunity to get started.
Yeah.
It's always a good idea to, in a complete financial plan, to make sure you have a cash reserve, make sure you are saving or thinking about owning a house, because taxes are not throwing money into rent isn't helping you get anywhere. So there's a couple building blocks that some of the younger people want to get established before they jump off into the investment arena.
Yeah. So, I mean, from a standpoint, it's good to get started early, and you'll help guide people. It's kind of get them rolling.
Absolutely. We've got clients from in their 20s to in their 80s and everything in between. Business owners, corporate people.
That's cool. All right. If somebody wants to get, does it cost anything to come and visit you and get a financial plan?
No, not at all. We have a free visit at our office at any time, and we even have a simple risk analysis that's on our newsletter, in our emails, and on our website.
I ran that, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it helps you.
It's really easy. It helps you understand where you're at.
Yeah, on the emails, and we're changing it on the website over the weekend, so it won't be there right now. But there's two different versions. There's a simple version or a little bit more complex version, and either way, it lets you really decide what type of risk you're comfortable with in the market, and that gives you a plan to get started.
There you go. All right. Very good. Well, 877-792-1090. Let's go ahead and jump back in the phones and talk to Leroy calling us from Rancho Penasquitos. Good morning, Leroy.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Great.
Good morning.
Have a question for John. Do you do any 5-day trips?
Yeah, I think we have 3. Well, one of them's a charter, but we have a 5 and a 6 day in September. So, yeah, no, we do some longer trips.
Yeah, if you go to the website, you can islander-charters.com. Your complete schedule's on there, right?
Yeah.
And, of course, you can link that on our links page. Let's talk Hookup, hookup1090.com, and just go to the link that in the long-range section that shows Islander sport fishing, and you can go right there. And then in addition to that, you also do shark diving, scuba diving, spear fishing trips, all kinds of trips, right?
Yeah, I'd say now primarily we do our kayak trips, we do our rod and reel trips, and then we do our shark diving trips. Yeah.
And what about, we've talked about this before, shark diving. This is diving with great white sharks, and cage diving with great white sharks.
It is,
at Guadalupe Island.
It is. We've been doing it. God, this is going to be year 12, I think. We've been doing it for a long time, and it's getting more and more popular. It's funny. I just saw the first trailer for 2015 Shark Week, and the opening scene is a drone shot of the Islander.
No way,
really? Anchor at Guadalupe, yeah.
Oh wow.
We did. That's I think our third Shark Week program we did last year, and we're going to be working with National Geographic this year. A lot of movie, film, but it's also really, really popular with people that want to go dive with sharks in cages.
Yeah. If you ever want to, I've done it. It's pretty insane. And if you're, can people get on local trip? Can people get on an Islander trip?
Yeah, absolutely. We've still got openings for this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hands down.
Yeah.
Well, you book it through our office.
Yeah. Okay.
You book it through our office and or through the website.
Yeah. You were going to say it's hands down.
It's the best place on the planet, bar none, to go dive with great white sharks.
People come from all over the world to dive with you.
Yeah, all over the world.
And you don't have to be a diver.
You don't have to be certified. No.
Yeah, you just jump in the water in the cage.
We've taken people that have literally seen the ocean twice in their lives.
Jeez.
And here they are. It's an awesome trip.
Here they are within hand contact of a great white shark.
Yeah.
It's up close and personal, literally. You're face to face with these giant, amazing creatures. It's something that it's kind of one of those bucket list things. You have to do it once in your life.
It is.
It's pretty amazing, no doubt about it. Yep. And that's all of it. You can look at that up on your website.
Yeah, that's all on the website. Yeah. Okay. Get the phone number for the office off the website, and we can sign you up. My wife is standing by.
All right.
She runs the office now.
Yeah. Ah, fantastic. Great. Well, thanks a lot for the call this morning. And when we come back, more of your phone calls. We're going to get some catch reports, find out what's biting out there. You stay tuned. This is Southern California's Sport Fishing Voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
This is Captain Tim Ekstrom from the long-range vessel Royal Star. With my partners Randy Toussaint and Brian Sims, we have set the bar for the long-range fishing experience. A spring 8-day, summer 5-day, or a fly-down, fly-back 11-day winter trip, we deliver the highest quality long-range voyage you will find. From our premium RSW fish storage to our top-of-the-line chefs and crew, Royal Star distinguishes itself from all others. Want to grab a spot on the Royal Star? Check us out at RoyalStarSportFishing.com or call Tracy at 619-224-4764.
Hey, it's time to talk about great gear from Shimano. And, you know, I took a couple of novice anglers out on my boat on Friday, and I forget how incredible that Shimano bait runner is for a novice angler. It's the spinning reel style, but it's got that bait runner feature where it's pretty brainless, man. You put that bait runner feature on for them, and just show them how to use it, and these guys became instant experts, and they caught yellowtail with them. It was pretty fantastic. So if you're taking novice anglers out, or you just want a great reel that's easy, brainless to catch a big fish, the Shimano bait runner is a key. You can fly line baits, you can cast it easily, and it has the power to land those fish. Check it out, the Shimano bait runner at your local Shimano dealer.
This is Greg Stotesbury from AFCO. For over 20 years, AFCO has been known for its traditional fishing shorts. We now will also be known for our new line of next-generation fishing and board shorts. Our new M82 tactical fishing shorts feature quick-dry, high-tech, two-way stretch fabric, zipper fly, 6 functional pockets plus pliers pocket, sublimated camo print, and our DWR finish so your shorts don't get stained. Also new to the AFCO line are the M25 Stingray board shorts. The Stingray board shorts feature new, quick-dry, 4-way mind stretch fabric, modern zipper fly, 2 technical, high-cargo pockets with inverted zippers, silicone printed draw cords, along with our DWR finish to repel stains. Both shorts are new to the AFCO line and come in a variety of colors and sizes. These technically advanced fishing and board shorts continue AFCO's long tradition of providing the world's finest fishing and board shorts. Check them out today at better shops everywhere.
Good morning, it's Whitney from Mammoth Lakes, California. Come on up, the water's fine, is what the Eastern Tier is touting. And in Mammoth Lakes, it's much more than just the water. This summer, our 4 lakes will be stocked with almost 16,000 pounds of healthy fighting trout. From fishing and biking to hiking and horseback riding, there's a legendary story waiting for adventurers of all ages in Mammoth Lakes. Start planning your next adventure at visitmammoth.com. That's visitmammoth.com.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Padres are playing some kind of baseball.
San Diego's sports leader, the Mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Time for the Catch Report today, and the Catch Report today is sponsored in part by Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. Summer fishing means it's time to call Fisherman's Processing. If you're on your private boat, call them the day before you go to make arrangements to drop your fish at their dock if it's after hours, or they have an after-hour drop where you get a tag, a lock combo, and you put your fish in their slush bin. Or if you get there before they're gone, do what I did the other day. Just pull up to their dock in the back there, drop the fish off. They come down, pick it up, and then you have perfectly done fresh fish that will last quite a while in your freezer there. Fish is a valuable commodity, so take care of it. Check fishermansprocessing.com for more details, or friend them right on Facebook. Let's go up to Dana Wharf Sport Fishing. Start with Captain Brian Woolley. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good. Good week of fishing, huh?
Good. Gosh, yeah, man. We plowed through another great week up here. Like, where do you start? You know what I mean? It's like, gosh, the calico bass fishing has gotten really good up here. We've seen the water fluctuate a bit in temps the last few days. But midweek, when we had some good 70-degree water, man, these bass really were eating just about every bait that hit the water. Guys that wanted to take a few home, with them, had no problem with that. And the number of fish caught and released was in the hundreds for quite a few days this week as well. So that's always good to see. I think we're seeing a little bit of that pre-spawn with those calico bass. Still some good yellowtail around as well, with good fish coming off the kelps inside 8 miles. It seems to be the magic zone up here, is that 8-mile zone. I know Calvin on the lane has had some good fishing too this week. He had a good shot at some sea bass midweek on Wednesday. His charter, they had 13 fish, ranging from 25 to 50 pounds, and those were all fin-bait fish. So that's good to see that stuff bite a little bit. I know Tommy on the Dana Pride had another sea bass in his count yesterday too on their 3/4 day trip. That fish went just a hair under 25 pounds. So, stuff along the beach there is still working out pretty good. The Fury has been fishing at San Clemente Island, and he's had some really good yellowtail fishing. We had a good day last Sunday, and he had a couple good days sprinkled there throughout the week as well on those yellows, mixed with some good calico bass fishing over there on his trip. So, needless to say, it's going pretty darn good up here. Still waiting for that offshore stuff to kind of get with it, but shoot, for where we're at on the calendar, what we've been catching, we certainly can't complain about anything. So, things are clicking along good. We're hoping for a good weather window this week as well. Watching it, the water, like I said, has been kind of up and down a little bit on the beach. So we've seen some really good days and a couple days that have been a little bit slower, but things have kind of perked up and things have been able to straighten out pretty quick. So we're banking on that as well this week. So if you guys want to hop on a trip, we'd love to have you out with us. We've got our full summer schedule running. We've got open charter availability. See if you guys are thinking about booking a trip. Everything's, we're ready. We'd love to take you out. So call the landing. The phone number there is 949-496-5794. And then you can check us out on the web, of course, at danawharf.com. But then to save a few bucks on a local trip, that's like a half-day trip, a 3/4 day trip, you can link us right there through the Let's Talk Hookup webpage, and you can save a little chunk of money on one of those trips by booking yourself right there online.
Yeah, awesome. It's just amazing to be able to go out there, and this week, beautiful week of weather looking like. So get out there, take advantage of that coupon on the front page of our website, hookup1090.com, and go fishing at Dana Wharf Sport Fishing.
That's it. We'd love to have you guys. So thanks for that, Pete. You guys have a good show, and we'll see what happens this week. Who knows? Things could turn any minute. So we're hoping for it this week.
All right. We'll talk to you next week.
All right. Take care.
All right. Thanks a lot for that. Captain Clowers is on the line. Good morning, Al. What's up?
Good morning, guys. What's up? It's a fish biting everywhere.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of bait trips and a bunch of that 9-mile stuff, and actually the other day a guy booked a trip, full day, and he wanted to catch bonefish and he wanted to catch tuna, and I got it both done, in the morning.
No way. Really?
It was crazy, yeah. In the morning the tide was right, because I'm fishing those bonefish in really, really thin water back there, so it's got to be, kind of high. And went back, caught like 15 bonefish, went to the middle of the bay, caught our son some spotted bait bass, went to the bait barge, tanked up, and went out, and we caught 2 bluefin.
Gee, man, that's incredible.
All by 2 o'clock. So, and then, the bonefish bite is, it's freaking epic back there right now. Every day I'm only fishing them for a couple hours because the tides, I'm fishing super shallow, and, we're getting anywhere from 9 to, we caught 22 of them the other day.
Nice. It's all catch and release, right?
Yeah, all catch and release stuff, and I was listening to Rick yesterday. You don't have to go to Christmas Island to go to catch bonefish. I'll tell you what, it's a little different fishing here in that dirty water, but the bonefish are biting. So, I've been doing a lot of bait stuff, and then that where the tuna are right now is completely in my zone, and it's totally half day. I'm even doing, the little half day trips outside right now because they're so close. We got that 69, 70 degree water right from the Whistler now all the way out to the 9. And, the yellowfin have really been going, the bite's been changing offshore time of day. It was middle of the day stuff, like a week ago. And those yellowtail were down there too, under the birds. And then the last couple of days it's transitioned to really early in the morning on those yellowfin. So a buddy of mine was out. I've been on the beach for a couple of days now. Thank God I did like 9 trips in a row. But yesterday I had a couple boats out, and he got 10 jig stops by 7 o'clock on the yellowfin.
Wow!
Right on the lower 9 proper.
Wow!
And then it just kind of shut down. So the bite is, if you get out there really early right now, get the jigs out, you'll get the yellowfin, and that moon's starting to rise, so it's probably going to change. Everything's changing kind of, but the bluefin, I had a trip a while back, and we're struggling a little bit, and I found a patty, and which they're hard to find in that zone right now, and guy was up on the front, on the bow, and I told him to throw the flat fall, and he's just letting that thing sink and sink and sink and sink. She must have been down 200 feet or whatever. Next thing you know, I'm hung up. You're bit, dude.
You didn't hit the bottom, right?
Yeah, we got 9 bites on the flat fall. It's only fish, and they're all bluefin, but they landed 5 out of 9, and they're all the 40 to 50 pound great fish.
Sweet.
So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. The fishing is epic, and I do have a couple spots open next week. This wind's going to lay down starting tomorrow morning, and I got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday available right now. So,
wow, better
go
jump
out
on
and catch
it.
any fish from the back bay to one other thing. Those yellowtail have been down on the beach down in Descanso Bay. I haven't been down there fishing them because I've been up here fishing, but I guess all that stuff moved up, and yesterday the island's bit like out of control. So the yellowtail fishing's good, the yellowfin fishing's getting good, the bluefin are around, and they're catchable. So it's time to
go, man.
This boat needs to be on the water every day. It should be every day.
Bonefish to bluefin in one day. Al, how do we get a hold of you? We want to go fishing with you.
You can call me direct at 619-800-FISH. Go to my website, CaptainClowers.com, or pull me off a Let's Talk Hookup.
There you go. All right, Captain Clowers, nice report. We'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Okay, you guys, have a good day.
All right, you too, Al. All right, Gundy Gunderson, our surf guru extraordinaire. Good morning, Gundy.
Hey, that's pretty good. Bonefish to bluefin.
How about that, huh, in one day?
I think I'll throw a few more species in there, okay?
All right.
Another excellent week, Pete. The Corbina bite really hit the stride this week. Lots of crabs on the beach. The other thing that really perked things up was a lot of small bait, little 2-inch anchovy getting pushed into the bait, into the surf line, and really perking things up. Wiley's reported excellent mixed bag fishing all along this stretch in Malibu. The rocky beaches have been kicking out calico bass, sand bass, grass rockfish, yellowfin, spotfin croaker, cabezon. One angler reported 7 different species in an outing there. Big Rock, Las Flores has been a couple of the hot spots there. And the area around the chart house has also been a good bet for the halibut guys and for big spotfin. Actually, a couple weeks ago, that's where that 5-pound, 9-ounce Corbina came from. But they checked in a 10-pound spotfin croaker taken on a shrimp there off the chart house. Fishing Games recorded them up to 12 pounds, but a 10-pound fish is about
crazy.
as good as it gets.
That's
a
giant
fantastic fish.
Yeah.
40-pound leopard shark also in the mix there, taken off the chart house. Just fishing to the south reported excellent halibut bite off Torrance Beach and the Avenues, and plenty of kicker fish in there, up and over 10 pounds. And they caught another striped bass there off Hermosa Beach on the Lucky Craft. And like I said, that small bait is in good numbers inside. Corbina bite continues to improve. Big Fish in Seal Beach reported very good Corbina bite from Surfside all the way down the Huntington Beach Pier. The 1 to 2 pound fish were just biting like gangbusters. You need a little more finesse on the better models, a little harder on the take, but really good bite on those smaller models. The big yellowfin croaker are still going steady Eddie there at the 72nd place jetty. The crocodile continues to be the ticket, and they reported again spot after spot of this small anchovy getting pushed around the surf line. And when you find those spots like that, it's amazing what you can catch anything halibut, yellowfin croaker, sand bass, calico bass, and you can catch all these different species on consecutive casts when you get the right bait ball. It's really makes the fishing good. Catch and Tackle reported the bay cleaned up there in Newport, and 36-pound halibut taken on a smelt is evidence of that. Hogan's reported solid Corbina bite in Capitol Bay. Sand crabs are thick, and the fish are up to 3 pounds and biting real good there. And finally, Pacific Coast reported spot fin in halibut on the bite in the harbor in the lagoons still. The spot fin ranging to 5 pounds, taking lugworms or fresh mussel, and the halibut bite continues good on fish to double digit. They have one angler, a regular in the shop's got 15 legal halibut for the spring-summer session here. That's great fishing.
Wow, that's really good fishing. And, of course, we can when you pick up Western Outdoor News, you can read all the surf fishing information. Gundy writes for Western Outdoor News. Always got the right info right there in all the reports, right?
Yeah, did you see that little deckhand piece I wrote last issue there?
I didn't. What was it?
It was in the sport boat thing. It was taken from some notes I took the first year I worked for Tommy Rothery. We're talking over 20 years ago.
Oh,
Pete.
that's where I
Kind
first
of a
met you.
kick reading through the notes of a young college kid trying to make his way as a deckhand.
Yeah, that's cool. So that was, and they have another great insert this week, tuna tips, tackle, and techniques. So watch for Gundy's articles in Western Outdoor News. And Gundy, you're doing a lot of good stuff. Thanks a lot for that, and we'll talk to you next week.
My pleasure, Pete. Have a good week of fishing.
All right, you too. Appreciate that. That is our catch report today. And it's sponsored in part by Terrafin Sea Surface Temperature Charts. Terrafin charts give you the latest water conditions and help you catch more fish and save fuel. Terrafin charts are helpful all year round, and especially right now to find the best water conditions. Check out the new and improved Terrafin Mobile. It's for your Apple or Android device. Take Terrafin with you everywhere. You just download it, take it with you. Tells you exactly where you are, and it's all for that same very low price that Terrafin offers. For more information, go to Terrafin, TERRAFIN.com. Phones are packed. These guys want to talk to you. Let's talk to Don in Woodland Hills. Hi, Don.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for joining.
Actually, I have a tip question for both your guests today. John, fishing bluefin, if you're fishing with sardine, I'd like to know how you would recommend we hook the bait. And then, Rick, what's one of the common mistakes someone relatively young makes as far as getting into a retirement program?
John?
Well, starting off with the bait, I would butt hook it. You know, that's pretty much the way I hook any kind of bait anytime I'm fishing. But for that kind of fishing, it's going to swim better. It's going to swim down. If you jump in the water and look at it underneath, you'll see that it just looks way more presentable. If you're trying to convince a fish that what he's about to eat is a sardine swimming freely in the water, it's going to look way more presentable with that hook in its butt than it is pulling it around by his nose. It's just going to swim better for you. You're going to get better results.
And on a sardine, you would kind of more belly hook it right under the two little finlets.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Or if it's a mackerel, then you really actually do butt hook it.
Yeah. Those two little fins on the sardine are the go-to spot.
That's the key. All right, Rick, what about a young guy getting started in retirement?
Yeah,
which is always a good idea.
Yeah, exactly. But understanding your tolerance for risk is so important. You know, you get into one of these investment programs, whether it's a 401k or an IRA or something that you're saving for retirement, you've got to look at it for the long term. So if you're into it and you think that the market's going the wrong direction and you jump out, then you don't know when to jump back in. So timing, trying to do things to outperform the market rather than work efficiently in the market is a big mistake. Other than that, when people get involved too early and find that they're going to have some kind of cash crunch where they need to maybe pay for an expense that they didn't anticipate and they don't have a cash reserve, very important to make sure that once those dollars go away and they're starting to be saved for retirement, that they're gone until you spend them for retirement. And breaking in and paying the penalties or using money that's earmarked for retirement for an everyday expense or an emergency is a real bad idea.
Yeah, but you can have two types of accounts, a retirement account and then a reserve account, right?
Exactly. It's kind of like starting in the middle with the cash reserve and working your way out through the conservative or moderately conservative midterm investments and then out to the longer term investments. Yeah. That brings up a good point. A lot of things that get done incorrectly with early investors is they do it backwards. They try to hit a home run with a little bit of money instead of just chip away at it.
Yeah, and that's where your advice comes in. How much does it cost to hire you? I mean, what if I say I don't have a lot of money. I can't afford to hire a financial advisor.
Well, it's on a scale. We start at a little over 1%. We work with advisors and custodians that keep the expenses way down. So we try to make sure that an overall expense at all levels of the portfolio is about 1.5% or lower.
Okay.
And with bigger dollar amounts, that obviously goes down as well.
So you're making money, but you're charging on a percentage basis. So really the fees are pretty negligible.
Yeah, we try to keep them as low as we can. You know, long-term new investors are trying to target higher, closer, and even into the double-digit returns, and we try to make all the returns that our clients receive after our expenses where they expect them to be, depending on their risk tolerance.
Sure. All right. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning, and when we come back, more of your phone calls, more from Captain John Coniff, and we're going to call him Captain because he's a captain of the financial here, Captain Rick Jensen from Sport Fishing Financial. Stay tuned. Let's talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Business on the banks of the 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro is home to LA's finest open party fleet, including overnights on the Freedom, Catalina Freelance on the Pursuit, half-day trips on the Monte Carlo, and three-quarter-day trips on the Native Sun. Plus, you can charter the Ultra, Spectra, and Trueline. There is always plenty of free parking and a fully stocked tackle store. Take advantage of the Wednesday specials on the Pursuit and Monte Carlo, and kids fish free with a paid adult on the afternoon half-day. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. Call 310-832-8304 or book online at 22ndstreet.com.
Many years ago, Baja pioneer Bob Van Wormer found the area he called the Great Fish Trap in the East Cape of southern Baja and built what is now regarded as the premier East Cape resorts of Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Today, following in their father's footsteps, Bob's sons, Bobby, Chucky, and Eddie, have taken Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol to new levels. With the largest sport fishing fleet in Mexico, a luxurious spa, and top-of-the-line resort amenities, Van Wormer Resorts have become a destination for travelers worldwide. But for us, Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol are just a short 2-hour flight away. No other tropical fishing destination offers the experience and value that you'll find at Palmas de Cortez and Playa del Sol. Now you can plan your Baja fishing vacation quick and easy by visiting VanWormerResorts.com. And when you're ready to book, it's quick and easy. Or simply call 877-777-TUNA for more information. Van Wormer Resorts, the East Cape's finest.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now 18 stores throughout Southern California and 3 in San Diego County. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find the location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Oh, rush!
San Diego's sports leader, the Mighty 1090.
Information is the key to success, and inside information is even better. When it comes to fishing, inside information is critical, and that's what FishDope.com delivers. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and save fuel. FishDope.com is the only SST service with a satellite oceanographic PhD on board, the only fish finding service with a spotter plane. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Martin Island, 365 days a year. FishDope.com boasts the largest code group anywhere, covering sport boats, commercial boats, and private boaters. FishDope.com has online planning tools, moon phase, tides, hot bite icons, and more. What I'm telling you is, if you don't have FishDope.com, well, good luck. Membership costs less than 40 gallons of gas for the entire year. That's right, 1 year. What a bargain. Plus, stay tuned for the special code to save $20 on a FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
Fisherman's Landing has been the choice of sport fishing anglers for decades, with the largest fleet of long-range boats worldwide, complemented by Southern California's finest charter and open party fleet. Now is the time to book your long-range trips and charters, plus half-day trips aboard the Dolphin. Go to fishermanslanding.com and see trip availability, and even book your trip online. Stop by or call Fisherman's Landing in San Diego and book now at fishermanslanding.com.
Summer has finally arrived, bringing warmer waters our way. And you know what that means? The offshore fishing this season could be one of the best ever. And speaking of best ever, have you seen the new 2015 Ford F-150? It's the most advanced F-150 ever, which is even more good news for fishermen. One of my favorite features is the available 360-degree camera. It lets you see everything around you, which really comes in handy when you're trying to launch on a crowded dock. It's also the first truck ever to be built with military-grade aluminum alloy. That means the new F-150 is up to 700 pounds lighter to accelerate faster and stop quicker. It also hauls more and tows more. And get this, it does it all more fuel efficiently. I highly recommend taking one out for a test drive. The new F-150 is the best thing to happen to fishermen in San Diego since the barbed hook. So stop by your San Diego County Ford dealer today. They'll be glad to hook you up.